How do we frame a message for the modern electorate? In my opinion, we frame it exactly the way Jesus Christ framed it 2,000 years ago, the way Muhammad wrote the Quran, the way Procter & Gamble sells soap. The principles of human communication are universal. They have not changed since human beings gained the capacity for speech. It's wired into our brains. The only thing that changes is the technology. There's nothing new about your minds. In some respects, they may be inferior to minds 100 years ago because we don't read as much these days. We don't stop and think as much. But good, bad, or indifferent, we're not different, really, from our ancestors. I like to tell candidates that they're a walking commercial on two legs. The first thing they have to do is train themselves, practice their own sound bites, and be prepared to communicate with people. Because when you have your 10 seconds of fame being interviewed by the local TV news, that's the way most people are going to perceive you. If you're writing a press release for a city council race in Omaha, Nebraska, it's really no different than writing a speech for Obama. It's not different. The principles are the same. You just apply them with different technology. And I'm going to start out by giving you a little crash course in media and communication. And again, I'm going to try to illustrate these universal principles. And what are they? Well, brevity, clarity, metaphor, thinking in images. Very, very important. Let's watch Mr. Reagan.
There's a bear in the woods. For some people, the bear is easy to see. Others don't see it at all. Some people say the bear is tame. Others say it's vicious and dangerous. Since no one can really be sure who's right, isn't it smart to be as strong as the bear? If there is a bear.
Well, let's stop right there. I despise Reagan, but that's brilliant advertising. That's my favorite political ad of all time. The opponent's not mentioned. The issue itself is not mentioned. There was a great movement for nuclear disarmament because we had accumulated enough nuclear weapons to kill every man, woman, and child in Russia 22 times. Some people thought that was too much. And they also opposed the drastic increases in the Pentagon budget that Reagan brought about. Reagan's message was, we've got to be careful and we've got to be strong. Very simple and very effective. And the brilliance of this ad is that it's a story. All great campaigns and most great ads are stories. There's a bear in the woods. I mean, it's like it's a dark and stormy night. I mean, it just sucks you in. He never mentions Russia, but the bear is the symbol of the Ruskies. And it's a hard message to disagree with. Well, there's a bear in the woods. We better be careful. And so, simple child's tale, really simple universal images, all done very simply and beautifully with a point that everybody understood immediately. Maybe Reagan's wrong, and we don't need quite as much of that stuff as he says. On the other hand, maybe we should be careful. There's no message that can't be distilled into like a 7-second soundbite. E equals MC squared. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. Jesus so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Every great campaign, religious, political, whatever, is a narrative arc. It's a story. And it employs those principles of education to capture people's attention and persuade.